book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 19.
Read out.
For thou I be free from all men, yet I've made myself a servant unto all.
We supposed to be servants unto our people, man. Right? The head of us washed his disciples' feet. You are to be servants unto your people to bring them back home. Read.
That I might gain the more.
That I might what?
That I might gain the more.
You're supposed to be a servant to gain these people. You over there pushing people away. You ain't gaining nobody. Read.
And unto the Jews.
And unto the who?
And unto the Jews.
Unto the Jews I was a what?
I became as a Jew.
Unto the Jews I'm a Jew. You know, a yid's a yid. You feel me? A yid's a yid. Alright? Unto the Jews I was a Jew. Read.
That I might gain the Jews.
Read.
To them that are under the law, as under the law. That I might gain them that are under the law.
So we trying to gain them that are under the law too. Read.
To them that are without law.
To them that are without the law. Read.
As without law.
I'm like unto them that are without the law. Does that mean that we're not keeping the law? No. It means exactly what we had to do. Sicarii had to be Sicarii and go be among the people. And you know what? It worked out better for us. So, like Yadi used to say back in the day, y'all keep on reaching, we're going to keep on teaching, man.
Right.
And guess what? What we did was far more effective than what you would have did. And that's all power to the Most High, because that was his doing that did that, man. He said, y'all the new Sicarii, act like it. And that's exactly what we did. And that's what we're going to continue to do, man. What's going on, brother? Come on, man. Don't walk in that street, man. Oh, no, wait, you a black man? Yeah. Guess what, black man? You a God king on this earth. Why the fuck you walk in the street, man? That's right. You a God on this earth. You walk on this sidewalk and hold your head up. Sidewalk? Yes, sir. Yeah, it's safer, too. You know what I'm saying? What's your name, brother? My name is Matthias. Yeah. Jay, nice to meet you. What you got going on today, man?
Right now I'm just walking around, just enjoying the
Just enjoying the day?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got time.
Yeah, I got all the time you want me to be.
Oh, praise. How about, let me ask you this. You believe in a higher power? I don't want to assume that. Hold
yeah,
your
I
precepts.
believe in, like, always sometimes being controlled, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you acknowledge that there's something there, but you don't know exactly what it is. You just know that there's something.
There's always something. I just feel sure what it should be here.
Okay. You know, I appreciate it. Are you familiar with the Bible? Okay. All praise. Do you kind of hang towards it? Is it just like a book? Like, how you feel about it?
The Bible, I use it as a guide.
Okay. Trying to get it. Hey, look, that's not bad because a lot of historical artifacts, like civilization, things like that, were found because of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I always just try to learn something so I can relate to it, so I can better guide myself to watch out for situations in the future.
Hey, look, the Bible's the most perfect thing to do that, man. Right? So, as a so-called black man, right? Where does your origin start? Like, where your people come from?
In terms of what?
Like nationalistically, like homeland, where your people come from, man?
So far that I know of, mostly just Southern American, but
okay.
You know, origins come from Africa, so
okay.
That's part of me.
That's the thing.
Puerto Rican, so that still comes with the same.
You say you have Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Mom or dad?
Dad.
Your dad's Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
Your mama's black? Get the most high hand. Oh, crazy. Well, look, now, what if I told you that your people's actual history, your Puerto Rican and your black family, the origins of your people, where we come from, the central person who we come from, is in the Bible?
Yeah.
You say you like,
because I was like, because I always read about like how people change the history a lot. So I just think of it as like the ethnic group in the region it comes from.
Right.
So it's like, I imagine a different type of person when other people mention other people like Jews, other people like that.
Yeah.
No, these are different people in my head.
Okay.
Or I represent these people and characterizing the people in my life, so I feel like, okay.
I feel you.
I see the energy that's going around, so I always try to follow the aura that's around.
I feel you. Watch this. Let me show you something real quick. Again, hold your precepts. Is incarceration something that's damaging to our people?
Yes.
What about you know what a bait car is?
Which one?
A bait car, or like a bait truck. Like how police set of sting operations put like this car with like a whole bunch of Nikes, wait for people to just run up in there and then go get them. That's like a trap, right?
Set up around. That's
you know what I'm saying? Or like when you go to the hood, you see like corner stores filled with alcohol, cigarettes, but they're cheap. And so our people are in a way when you down, you want to get something. When you ain't got much, you gotta give. That's a trap, though, right?
It's really just selling extra poison, but that's our pleasure. So
exactly, look, man, it's a trap within itself, right? Would you say that our people, as a collective, we've had a lot of important things removed from us? Our names, our actual ethnicity, our language, our clothes, our celebrations.
That's stripped from us, so that's why we gotta find exactly.
Got taken everything taken from us, right? Jeremiah 17. Watch this, right? Read that. No. Isaiah 42 and 22. Watch this. Jeremiah 17 and 4. Watch this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42 and verse 22. Read up. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Now, when it says spoiled, a lot of people think spoiled is, you give somebody something. Context says rob. Now, when food spoils, the nutrients are now gone. The things that make the fruit of fruit and nutritious for you.
Giving fake nutrition. That's what it is. Yeah.
True. But when it says spoiled, it just means something being removed. So read that part again.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
So it's saying that this people, you don't know who the text is talking to, saying they've been robbed and they've had things taken away from them. Read.
They are all of them snared and hold.
You know what a snare is?
A snare is pretty much a trap, yeah.
It's trap. So these people are going to have everything taken from them. They're going to be caught in traps, read.
And they are hid in prison houses.
Wait, they're hid where?
In prison houses.
Go on.
They are for a prey. And none deliver it. For a spoil. And none save it.
They've had everything taken away. They're hidden. They're
trying to put dirt on our names to not be cleansed.
Well, not even dirt on our names. We've had everything taken away. There's no one. We're set up to fail. We're heavily incarcerated. Nobody's fighting to get us free, but they want us to donate and get all these other nations free. Yeah. Is what we just read just in this one verse something that we go through as a people? Literally what we just discussed. Is that all right there?
Yes, all right there.
Watch this.
Jeremiah 17 verse 4.
Yeah.
And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Now, real quick, a heritage is more than just like home, money, things like that. You inherit your looks from your mother and father, how you talk, your vernacular, your mannerisms. You gain that from your parents. What you gain from your people nation-wise, you gain a homeland, you gain culture, you gain a government that you're accustomed to because it's for you and your people. Would you say that we have lost that?
We all lost it.
We all praises. Go ahead.
That I gave thee.
That the Most High gave. Read.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Did we serve our friends here in America?
No, we served enemies.
We served enemies. Read.
In the land which thou knowest not.
For the most part, because the natives are our people too. But for those of us that had to come over here, did we know this land? No, we didn't. And also, nobody talks about this that much. But the natives, like the indigenous Latinos and also the Native Americans, they got put on boats and shipped out of America. They went to lands that they didn't. Read.
For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
I read out of Jeremiah and out of Isaiah. Do our people go through these things?
Yes.
Now, earlier you mentioned you read the Bible, you got to get a gauge on the past and whatnot, right? Isaiah's time frame was right before Babylon. Jeremiah was during Babylon. This is during the time of Nebuchadnezzar and right before that. Hundreds of thousands of years ago. Why is it that what was written 100,000 years ago is the same thing we go through today? Not just that, but these things are written to the Israelites. That's not everybody in this earth. These are things written to a specific people. You see what I'm saying? Like you know how
got over culturalized and shipped over to many
exactly. This is the culture that we lost, that was taken away from us. That's what the Bible is. Like, you know, transatlantic slave trade, you know what happened, right?
Yeah.
What if I told you that it's in the Bible? What would you say? If we read to you, you will be put on ships and put into slavery out of the Bible, what would you say?
That should be in there.
You said it should or shouldn't?
Should.
It should. Get 15 and then read 68.
All right, come on. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 1 and Deuteronomy
But it
7.
shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So if you don't listen to God, read.
to observe, to do all of his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses
This curse is a good or a bad thing?
It's bad.
It's a bad thing. Go on.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
You don't listen to God, do what he says, you get in trouble. You ever get an ass whooping as a kid? Was it for obeying or disobeying? It's for disobeying. Now, was it out of hatred or because they loved you? It's because they love you. Because when you go outside, you represent your parents' house. We as a people, when we go outside, we represent the Most High.
Right.
All he's saying is, listen to my rules, I'm going to whoop your ass. That's all he's saying. And on the contrary, before we get that, read verse 1. Verse 1. On the contrary, then we're going to get right back to it.
What's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 from the top?
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently
So if you listen to me, read.
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
No equal to.
Above all nations.
No equal to.
Above all nations.
Of the earth.
So if you listen to God and do his commandments, he said he's going to put you on high above everybody.
That's right.
Are we sitting high?
No, we're not sitting high at the moment, but
So that means we got to be sitting low, right? So as a nation of people, we fuck. We're the ones that put ourselves in this situation because we disobeyed dad. We can't blame dad. He literally told us, listen to me, I got you. Disobey me, belt to ass.
Right.
And this is one of those belt to asses. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again.
Unto where?
Unto Egypt again.
Are you familiar with that story of Exodus?
yes.
Moses went to Pharaoh, let my people go. He was on some. The Most High sent the curses on him, like, all right, keep. Eventually, the Israelites, like, all right, we're gonna let them go. And we did it on, when you actually read the story, we was really on some nigga shit. That's what I mean by that. Not only did we leave with what we had, we took all that gold and all that cattle too. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the Lord, he pulled up like, all right, hey Moses, stand right there, put the staff up. Split the sea. We walked through that hole. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I was like, they took our gold, they took our cattle. You know what I'm saying? We losing our hard workers, we gotta go get them. And what the Most High do after that? He closed the waters and killed the Pharaoh and all his men. The Lord killed for us, bro. He literally killed for us. And you know what we did after that? Moses went ahead, grabbed the mic, and he did a whole drill song. I'm being so serious. That's Exodus 15. I'm being dead serious, bro. It's a whole drill song. But in Egypt, why did they have to leave? Because they were slaves, right? Yeah. Now, say all black people. Say all of us got on a boat, we went to an island, we built that hoe up, we chilling. We got away from America. Yeah. And then a ship from America, and then some Americans got off the boat and say, all y'all niggas coming back to America. What are you thinking is about to happen?
Force us back in the ship.
Force us back in the ship and do what? Are we going to be free or slaves? Why?
Because it's already
because we were already slaves here. Yeah. They were slaves in Egypt. So now they're leaving Egypt. Egypt is synonymous with slavery. It comes from the Hebrew word matazar, meaning double straits between a rock and a hard place, or bondage. Watch this. 20 and 3.
This is the book of Exodus 20,
No, verse 1, my bad. Go ahead.
20 verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
He brought us out of Egypt, out of what?
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of what?
Out of the house of bondage.
Another term for bondage, bro. For slavery. So when we read 68, we understand that that word is synonymous with slavery. America would be our Egypt. And at the time, Egypt is our Egypt still. It's still slavery. Read. From the top again. Yeah, go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again.
I'm going to bring you to slavery again with what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
I'm going to put you in slavery with ships. What do we do with that? Because they walked out of Egypt and then they walked into Israel. It's a 2-hour bus ride today to go from Israel to Egypt and back. You don't need a ship. He's just simply saying, I'm going to put you in slavery with ships.
So that's some of the Atlantic trade. So
that's exactly what it is. Get the Most High hand. Get the Most High hand. It gets better. Go on.
by the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Y'all not gonna see this type of bondage in the land of Egypt. You're gonna see this in a different Egypt. Read.
And there ye shall be sold.
You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold.
Didn't we get sold on the auction block, right? Were we sold to our friends?
No.
Read.
Unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
So we got sold to who?
The colonizers, yeah.
But the Bible calls them our what?
Our friends. Well, not our enemies, right?
Our enemies, that's right. So we get sold to our enemies, read.
For bondman and bondwoman.
Slave man, slave woman, read.
And no man shall buy you.
Now it's not saying that you're not going to be bought. Obviously we were purchased. That word bought actually, or buy, it means to redeem. Like for example, do you keep up with like sports or like music or anything like that? What you keep up with?
Either one.
Either one? So who's one of your favorite football players?
I ain't got a favorite football player.
You know,
I just got a team, that's it. I don't know.
Who your team?
At my home. Well, right now, it's my hometown of New Orleans Saints. So.
Hey, look. Hey.
You only won 2 games.
Hey, look. I got a Seahawks Saint household. I feel you, right? So let's rewind the clock back a little bit, right? Let's say Drew Brees is the quarterback at the time. Can Drew Brees just get up and go to a whole nother team? Why?
Because he's already stuck in
He's
contract.
He's under contract. He can do it in one of two ways. Either he fulfills his contract, or he buys himself out the contract or redeems it. That's what it's talking about. There was a time, historically what we would do, if you had a Hebrew servant, they could buy themselves out of the contract to go out and do what they do. They can do that. It's called being redeemed. Or if you like, say this brother, he went off to go be a servant to somebody. I come and see where he at because I want to come home. I redeem him out of that situation, pay what's owed, and I bring my brother home. That's what this is talking about, right? Finish that? Oh, that's it on that. This is written during the time of Moses.
So I'm pretty much living in our own contract.
Get the Most High hand. Get the Most High hand. That lets you know that these curses aren't a one-stop shop. These have happened cyclically. They happen all the time, but not all at the same time. But again, this is written during the time of Moses. You said you want to know about the past, you understand today. Now you understand why we go through what we go through. Single-parent household is an issue.
Yeah.
Domestic violence. What about women being evil to their baby fathers? Read that. 54.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. Read out. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
right,
his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
You ever been mugged before? And I don't mean like somebody took just somebody walking like, what the fuck this nigga is? Just random ass looks. Yeah. Or somebody in the club, you too close, actually, oh, excuse me, brother, man, watch the shit. Or how our females be just so catty with each other. It's an evil eye towards your brother.
Right.
Read.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Domestic violence. Read.
And toward the remnant of his children.
Which what?
Which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
Black on black crime, black on brown crime, domestic violence, single parent households, and is this in the Bible?
Yep.
Bro, what you talking about?
So, if you can see us living these things right now, us as a nation tells you what? That we fucked up. So, if breaking the law, statutes, commandments is what put us here, what gets us out?
I see what's going on, bro. I'm an artist, right?
But how do we do that, though? What price we got to pay?
I need y'all to guide me, bro. I'm gonna see the message out there, right? To the public.
The price is already paid for.
You know, my
know who
name
paid?
on blood, right?
And it's not this
Daddy
pay
was Black
boy.
Panther.
Not him. His real name is Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. His name literally means he that saves or the saving.
Dallas.
That's his name. It's not that.
So I'm gonna drop some
Do you know what
shit,
he looks
bro.
like?
Well, I'm a number 7. Bro,
Do you
right?
want to know what he looks like?
Yeah.
I am him.
Oh, drop what you got. You give me John 7, the verse 38.
I'm in the Bible.
You got Revelation 1? All praises.
I mean, it's North Vale.
You ever heard of this thing called the Holy Spirit?
So
I'm gonna show you how that starts to get upon
I
you.
need you.
Right?
Be up on
Watch
the game.
John 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me.
This is Christ speaking. He said, he that believes on me. Hold what you got. Deuteronomy 18:18. Read.
He that believeth on me, as the scriptures had said.
As the what?
As the scriptures had said.
When you believe on Christ, as the scriptures have said, read.
Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Keep going.
But this spake he of the Spirit.
Of the what?
Of the Spirit.
This is what he's talking about. When you believe on Christ as what the scriptures have read, then you start to get that Spirit on you. Read.
Which they that believe on him should receive. For the Holy Ghost was not yet given.
It wasn't given at that time, read.
Because that Jesus was not yet glorified.
At that moment, he wasn't yet glorified. He was glorified later on, right? Give me that Deuteronomy 18 and 18, real quick. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 18. Bring it out. I will raise them up a prophet
Isaiah 53.
from among their brethren.
This is the Most High. He's talking to Moses. Moses is reiterating what the Most High told him. He said he's going to raise up a prophet from among their brethren. Read.
Like unto thee.
So like unto Moses. A lot of people get confused about this. They instantly get lost. Moses was a man who kept the law. He was a man who stood stiffly for the Most High and obeyed the Most High. He also saved his people by the power of the Most High.
Right.
He got them out of slavery, and he delivered them out of that slavery, and then he walked with them into the wilderness, and there he ministered unto them the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And then he also asked them if they wanted to join into the covenant with God, and we as a people said yes, and he sprinkled the blood upon us, and then we all agreed and went into the covenant with God. Christ is going to do the same thing when we get to go into the new covenant. Lord willing, we be that first fruits that go. So a prophet like unto Moses, read.
And I will put my words in his mouth.
Will do what?
I will put my words in his mouth.
So the Lord is going to put his words into this man's mouth. Read.
And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
Everything that this man is going to say and do is because I told him to do it. Everything that he says is the words that I told him to say because they're my words. Read. Exactly.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he will speak in my name.
Now, real quick, what happens when we broke the law? We get cursed, right? Those are God's words too. So these same people, if you disobey this man that he sets up, what?
I will require it of him.
He's going to require it of him. So you don't. Now you really don't want to listen to him. Now get Revelation. You get Matthew 4 and 4. Oh, so read that real quick. Verse 8. Actually, no, hold that. 53 and 8. Hold where you at. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
You know what the word revelation means?
Pretty much the whole entire subject coming to the world.
Not. It just means to reveal. I'm going to show you something basically. This is John the Revelator when he was exiled on the island of Patmos. He actually saw the Messiah. Messiah came to this man. You see what I'm saying? So this is a revealing. Not Christ is revealing things to him as far as prophecy, but we're also getting a revealing of what he actually looked like. Go ahead and jump to verse 13.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man,
talking about Christ, read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So he's seeing him. He got pretty much like a long robe going all the way down to his feet, right? Go on.
And gird about the paps with a golden girdle.
Golden sash. Would you walk if you had like a black and gold Versace like type of robe? Would you not rock that hoe? You know what I'm saying? On a chill day off, with a glass in your hand, you chilling, you know, swag shit. Does this motherfucker look like he can wear some shit like that? Nah, he can't. But hey, look, I know we can. Rock that day to give me my fuzzy slippers, babe. You feel me? Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Talking about the texture of his hair. It said his hair is woolly. What people got woolly like hair? You do? Does this guy do? But this beautiful Dominican sister do. You see what I'm saying? Go on.
As white as snow.
Woolly in texture, white in color. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Go on.
And his feet were like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? B-R-A-S-S.
Golden brown.
Kind of like you and me, right? Watch this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
What happens if you burn something in the oven? It get dark. So, like bronze, but burnt. So what kind of complexion did it just give? Germ! Like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I expected. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Read.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
So a loud, authoritative voice dark skin, woolly hair, looked like he pissed off. If he was alive, if he was around here today, who did I just describe? I described the average day nigga. And what'd he go through? He went around his people, told them to get right. He got jailed and killed for a crime he ain't commit. He walked like a duck, he talked like a duck, he described as a nigga, he acted like a righteous nigga, got treated like a righteous nigga. Obviously he's a... He a nigga. He's a nigga, bro. But guess what? That's our Lord and Savior. That's not this guy. What man says about the Bible is usually a lie. What the Bible reads of itself is not. Right. How do you hide something from a black man? Where you hide it? Where you hide it though? In a book. That's an old saying because a lot of us don't like to read. I love reading this book. So that's the depiction of Christ, right? And remember how we read earlier? The Lord is going to put his words into his son's mouth. Everything that the son says, the father's doing. Think if you and your father own the business. He's retired. He still has like operating power and whatnot, but he left it to you. And so if he tell you that he wants something done with the business, and then you go down and tell somebody, hey, I need this done, and they don't respect it because it's you didn't tell. It's not you saying it. You giving the message from your dad. It's exactly what it is. You see what I'm saying? That's the power that's right there. Matthew 4:4. Oh, Salah, before you read that, with that depiction of this brother, understand that who the world calls Christ, real name Yahushua, he did this for you. Read.
Isaiah 53 verse 8.
Bring it out.
He was taken from prison.
He was what?
Taken from prison. He was taken from prison.
He was what?
He was taken from prison.
So he was taken from prison and what?
And from judgment. And who shall declare his generation?
Go on.
For he was cut out of the land of the living.
He was killed for what?
For the transgression of my people was he stricken.
For the what?
Transgression of my people was he stricken.
He died for our sins because we kept breaking the law. There's a few laws where, like, if I wronged you in a way, I have to make that right. There's an actual sacrifice that goes with that. I have to actually mean it. The action has to be taken. We was doing each other so dirty, there was no reconciliation. It got that bad that the Most High had to send his son to die so that way those sins and all the other sins could be paid for, so that way we can get a clean slate, so that way we can get Deuteronomy 28:1, where when we actually listen to the Most High, he puts us up on time. That's what he did for us. But you have our people who want to be so evil that we let our enemies make us believe this, take what belongs to us, twist it, make sure that we couldn't understand it, so that we think, he loves everybody. The rapist, he can come. The pedophile, he can come. It makes us
say the word and that's it.
Exactly. But that's not what the book says. That's not what the book says. The book says completely different. Right? You know, especially when you know better, you do better.
What's it called? A merit balance?
A merit balance, yes sir. We gotta come back. He gave us a chance so that way we can actually be a better people and come back home. Our duty is to keep the law, statutes, man. Revelations 14:12. Let me get at the end of the book. Go ahead and get no, he's getting it. You give me Deuteronomy 10 and 15. Yeah, 10 and 15. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12. Bring out. Here's the patience of the saints.
Here's the what?
Here's the patience of the saints.
And whether you understand it yet or not, you one of the saints, bro.
That's right.
A saint is described in the book of Psalms as someone of the people who made a covenant with God by sacrifice. That's your forefathers, man.
That's right.
You said your father's Puerto Rican? Guess what, brother? You come from the tribe of Ephraim, my boy.
Right.
You an Ephraimite, man. You the head of the northern kingdom, man. All right? You a God on this earth, man. You a king on this earth. Whole Psalms 82 and 6. Go ahead.
82 verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
What's this, brother?
Ye are God.
What's this, brother?
Ye are God.
Read.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
That's who we are, bro. We are the Israelites. You know what the word Israel means? I'll tell you. It's a Hebrew word, Yasha'Allah. It means prince of the power or prince of God. That's what we are, bro. We are the children of God, the princes and princesses of the power of God. That is who we are. That is what he named us. Don't nobody in this earth got this name but us, man. That's why we have a specific duty. You got Matthew 4 and 4? Give me that.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse 4. But he answered and said,
right?
It is written, man shall not live by bread alone.
This is Christ, the man who died for you, the man who looks like you, a brother. Go on.
But by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God.
You don't live just by food. It's saying don't just go off what your flesh wants. You got to go off what God says. That's what you live by. When you don't do that, that's how we end up in situations like this. This is how this shit happened. Right. We want to be like everybody else and fall after the flesh. Not realizing that the best thing that we ever had was the Most High and everything He gave us. He's the one that gave us our culture. He's the one that gave us our laws, our government, how we're supposed to treat each other. There's a command, one of my favorite commandments in the Bible. Say you pissed off at a brother. He did you wrong, whatever the fuck it was. And you see one of his oxen or one of his cattle walking in and fall in a ditch. And say if it's the Sabbath day where you're supposed to be resting, and you see him struggling to get his cattle out. You know what you're not supposed to do? Stay your ass in the house and be petty. Get your ass out there and help your brother. It don't matter how mad you better go out there and love your brother and help him. We don't do that now. And that's part of the issue. We have an issue with loving everybody else and hating each other worse. We gotta reverse that. We gotta love each other more and hate everybody worse. Yeah. We gotta love ourselves and do better for ourselves first. Give me that. You give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. I'm gonna give you one more. This is gonna be the last one over here, and I got. Did this brother get a card? Nah, get this brother a flyer, man. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 10 verse 15.
Go on.
Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers.
The Lord has only had a delight in our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, 12 patriarchs. You to this day.
That's right.
He's only had a love for us. Read.
To love them. And he chose their seed after them.
That's you. He chose you after them to love. When you have kids, He chose them to love. When they have kids, He chose them to love. He didn't love everybody. He don't love everybody. He loved you and yours, man. Read.
Even you above all people.
No, equal.
Even you above all people. As it is this day.
No, as it was yesterday.
As it is this day.
To this day, He loved you, yours, and what's come out of your loins, man. Go ahead.
That's right.
Give you this last one. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
And what?
And keep His commandments.
And do what?
And keep His commandments.
Do what?
And keep His commandments.
Why?
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the what?
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's all He ever asked us to do. That's all He ever asked us to do, just like your parents. All they ever asked you to do, obey their rules, make sure that chicken not in the freezer and it's thawed out. Because if I come home and it's not thawed out, that's your ass. Make sure you do these chores. Didn't I tell you to take this garbage out while I ain't it out? All I asked you to do was these damn chores. Now you can't go outside. Give me your phone. You ain't about to be on the internet no more. All He ever did was tell us what to do in His house to show that we love and respect Him. Us not doing that is what put us here. Doing that is what's gonna get us out of here. All right, brother? All praise, man. Any questions, man? Any questions?
What's the actually?
More talk?
What's the actually called?
What, like the organization or?
Getting older is real.
Oh, this scripture. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Yes, sir. But this whole book belongs to you. This whole book. The Bible is literally written by your forefathers. And I don't mean on no spiritual bullshit. I mean, if you cut your arm and bled right now, that's the same blood that ran through Moses, David, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Jesus, who the world even calls Jesus' real name Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
That's that same blood, brother. Right. When I say this is your book, this is really your book.
Real life.
Now I will say this, and I tell this to everybody. Don't go off what any man say that includes us. You go off and you go do your own research. Alright?
Yeah, I always do my own research on everything. So.
All praises, man. All praises, man.
So what's the organization called?
Sicarii. Yes, sir. But I say you got a card, right?
Yeah, I got a card.
If you flip it over, there's a QR code on the back. It's got our IG, our Instagram. It got our IG, our TikTok, our YouTube, all that, man. And soon enough, I would say definitely subscribe, because soon enough we're gonna have a Discord pop out. You know what I'm saying? So brothers can come in, chop it up with us.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So if someone were to ask you what your ethnicity is, would you say black, or what would you say now?
I mean, well, the one above all, so.
I got you. Watch this. So my ethnicity is an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. What's your ethnicity?
Tribe of Judah.
What's your ethnicity?
Tribe of Judah.
Ron, what's your ethnicity?
Tribe of Levite, best tribe.
Razala, what's your ethnicity, man? Tribe of Gad, man. What's your ethnicity, brother?
Tribe of Israel.
What's your ethnicity?
Boy.
It's a Levi right there. What's your ethnicity, man?
Levi.
It's a Levi right here, man. Remember earlier I said that you were Ephraimite? You an Israelite from the tribe of Ephraim. That's your ethnicity, right? So what's your ethnicity, man? All praises, man. All praises. Let's say if you got any questions, feel free to ask them. Give me Matthew 9. We're gonna wrap it up. And with that, I'm gonna also say that's how you do that. Right. That's how you do that. Talk to your people, man.